Pentecostal seminary preaching the Word of God to the clubs of Los Angeles preaching the unholy gospel of comedy. He says he's clean and sober now, but his style and humor is still just outrageous. I know. His next album is called Leader of the Band, and it is coming out in March. Will you please welcome Sam Kinison?
Just call me Mr. Family Entertainment.
Did you ever
What's this clean and sober rumor about?
These are your audience.
I love your audience, and I'm in Vegas. Wow.
Did you ever think with your act you would be able to work in this town? Because this really represents America, this kind of a city.
I actually went after my management, and this was about a year and a half ago. I said, I want to start doing casinos because I think in the 90s that people my age, my generation, and this audience is going to start coming to Vegas and spending money and wanting to see entertainment like myself and like some of the bands that are now playing Vegas, some of the rock bands. And I think the 90s are you're going to see a lot of change in the entertainment thing because, you know, Frank and the guys aren't as young as they used to be, and, you know, there's a lot of hotels around here, Joan.
How old are you now?
I'm 36. And
you look great.
Jumping up and down about it. Biological decay is so much fun, isn't it? And look in the mirror and you go,
Do you see anything going, like, is your body starting to drop? Or?
Well, not in the important places, no. Well, I'm losing a little hair, but, you know, not enough to worry about.
Now, this is new. There used to be the hat.
This is new.
Yeah. Now,
well, you've got to stay contemporary.
Yeah, well, hey.
Like the jewelry and the scarf.
Do they expect you to dress like this?
I think so. You know, I never really wanted to be the suit and the tie guy that comes out and goes, boy, do you see how they handle your luggage at the airport? You know, I always, you know, I kind of wanted to have a different image.
But you, when I first became aware of you, you were the most outrageous thing. And I use that in a good term, because they call me outrageous too, sitting here in a little
they're not way off.
But thank you. But when I first went to see you, everyone was saying, he's brilliant, but he's the usual stuff. He can't go on television. What are we going to do with him? Did you find that in the start of your career, just no one could figure out what to do with you?
Oh, man. 5 years in L.A., at the Comedy Room, and I had so many guys come and see me and go, man, you're great and you're funny, but exactly, we can't do nothing with you. And then, of course, in 1985, I was, Rodney Dangerfield put me on the 9th Annual Comedians Special, and all of a sudden they found things they could do with me.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it only took them 5 years. I'm going to thank them for that.
Did you try to change? Like they would come to you and say, Sam, you can't talk about that. If you change what you talk about, you're a naturally funny guy.
At one point, I was going to try and do the Carson show, and this was back in 1985, the very beginning of 85, and I was going to clean up because I was really desperate. I was starting to get scared.
Yeah.
I'd been out there for 5 years, and I hadn't had a break. I couldn't get arrested. I mean, you know, I was thinking about doing Star Search. I mean, I was really going, I don't know, maybe that'll give me a break. I don't know. Maybe I'll beat out the guy with the puppet, you know? And I slicked up, and I cleaned up my act, and I felt really bad about it, you know?
Yeah.
And the guy, can you say jerked? He jerked me around a little bit. I guess we can because we just said it.
Yeah.
He jerked me around a little bit, and he going, yeah. He would call me, you know, he'd come and see my showcase, and he'd go, you know, I think Johnny's going to like you. And then he'd call me up the next day and go, no, I got to say it again. He did this to me for 6 times.
Oh,
so I finally went,
6 times?
This, and yeah. And I said, it'll be the last show I do. And it was. It's been the last talk show I've done, except for yours, of course.
And so what did you do when you went on? Did you do?
I went back and did what I do, and which is my act, and I think it has a lot of social relevance.
Oh.
And I think it's taught the audience an alphabet in a very unique way. And You that have that album know what I'm talking about.
What happens when people say to you, you're dirty? Because I know I get that all the time, and I just stare at them. What are you talking about?
Well, there's definitely some adult humor, you know, and ABC's was one of those. Thank you, it's one of my favorite bits, and my favorite hobbies. But yeah, you get that. You know, he's dirty, he's vulgar. I don't really consider myself vulgar because there's other comics out there that I consider vulgar and rip-offs and jerks, and I'm sure they'll burn out soon. But did I say his name? But
who did they just say?
Thank you, babe.
Who'd they just say?
Dice, I think. Dice is the guy.
Anyhow,
I hate Dice.
We're going to go to
we
commercial.
Won't get into that.
We won't get into that. We'll get into it during commercial. I want to find out.
But yeah, I don't think I'm vulgar. I think I help a lot of people.
I do too. I think you're...
And I help a lot of ex-husbands. I know that. Been a little rage. I go, oh, you know, so.
Anyhow, I want to find out because you started out as a preacher, and it's a long way from
Yeah, it's been quite a commute. Yeah.
Yes. We'll be back in a second. We are talking with Sam Kinison. Now, when your album came out, don't tell me, Have You Seen Me Lately?
Yes.
They put a big thing across it, a big banner saying, bad material, restricted. Were you hysterical when they did that to you?
No, because I kind of expected that. They put the AIDS information sticker on there. I upset a lot of the gay groups and anti-heterosexual groups. And they put an AIDS information fact sheet on it. And I wasn't really making fun of people with AIDS. I was just saying, they say heterosexuals die of AIDS too. Name one. Right. That was one of those jokes I do. And,
but that's very funny.
It was like Capital Vermont. You know, it was like, you know, I know this, wait a second, you know.
But
you know, yeah, I got a lot of flack, so I expected that. And the position of a record company, of course, is to say, it's not our views. We endorse him. We help him take his money to the bank, but they're not our views. And, you know. But
were you surprised that happened to me? I did the Emmys Awards a couple of years ago, and I had a joke that we did all through rehearsal, written out joke on cue cards. And when the show came, I did the joke on the air. Nobody liked it. They got a lot of phone calls, and ABC said, it was an ad-lib, it was an ad-lib. I mean, they leave you so fast.
Oh, yeah, they just bail.
Yeah.
We don't know him. We don't know why we signed him. We have nothing to do with the record. None of these are our views. Yeah. Please stop writing our company. You know, we'll stop printing his album, which they kind of did. And
does it make you bitter to realize it's a business?
Well, you'd like to think that, I mean, I didn't surprise them. I mean, they knew when they signed me what I do and what the content of the album would be. And they were excited and they were behind the album until they got all this flack from these groups. And then, of course, there was all these stickers and denials. And I was number 42 in the Billboard charts in February. And then all of a sudden, boom, I just disappeared. It was like, where'd the album go? Hey, wait a second. Aren't you supposed to like gradually get down to 126 and 164, 42, and no, it's gone. It's in another galaxy somehow.
Now, you started out as a preacher.
Yes.
That's a long way to comedy.
Yes, it is.
What changed you from being a preacher to being a comedian?
The hours are a lot easier. If you're a preacher, you pretty much have to be that 24 hours a day. You just have to be happy about the Lord. But actually what got me into it was I was a runaway, and I dropped out of high school, and my father was a minister, and he passed away, and I came home, and my brothers and I decided we were going to be preachers. We were going to be the best ministers in the world. And I don't regret that. It gave me a good foundation. It gave me a relationship with God. And I know a lot of people would go, yeah, sure. Yeah, we just see you on your knees every night, Sam. But I do have a relationship with God, and it's kind of like Colonel Sanders' secret recipe for chicken, you know.
Right.
There's several secret herbs and spices that people wouldn't understand, but I mean, anybody can have a relationship with God. And it was a good foundation for me, and it's got me through a lot of hard times, a lot of things that I don't think anything else could have got me through.
Does it upset you when, like, I picked up, was it Rolling Stone, and they said that you were into killing chickens before your show? I mean,
this guy was real sharp.
Yeah.
They do very tricky things. They start off the article by going, vicious rumors abound around Hollywood, which means, they're rumors. And one of them was that I kill cats before I go on.
That's
I kill cats before I go on stage and do a show. Like I got time to go out and find a cat. you know. Here, kitty, kitty. Oh, you're on in 5 minutes. 5 minutes, Mr. Kinison. Wait. Here, kitty, kitty. Come here. Not that I'm against cat death. You know what I mean? But you see a cat, he's crossing your road, hit him, you know. But I don't call that a ritual. I just call that upsetting the cat owner. But yeah, that kind of stuff. That did upset me. The Rolling Stone article upset me a lot because this guy was a real jerk. He thought...
Did you know? As you
I was set up. You know, they called me up and they go, hey, I would like to be on the cover of Rolling Stone. And who in my business doesn't?
Right.
I was going, man, this would be great for my career. And the guy goes, you know, we want to show people the real Sam Kinison. So I invite this guy to my house. You know, and he's expecting orgies and satanic rituals, and you know, he's a regular house, and I'm a video freak, and I've got all these videos, and I'm basically a low-profile person, and I'm probably ruining my career by admitting all this, but I'm not the crazy party guy that everybody thinks I am, or I'd be dead in like 2 days. You know.
Now, what about Jessica Hahn? Now that what?
Fire away.
When I met you, you were on the, last time I saw you were on a plane with your girlfriend.
Yes, they're here, as a matter of fact, somewhere.
Where is she? They?
Yes, well, it's her and her sister.
Oh, okay, I got very scared.
They've given me for 2.5 years.
Yeah, there's your girlfriend and her sister. They get it. And the next thing I know is you and Jessica are a night, and what was that all about?
It was a very short affair because checkout time was at 2. And I don't make the motel laws, you know, I have nothing to do with that. You know, Jessica is, I feel sorry for her. She's like a professional victim, you know what I mean? And you know, she put Baker away for 45 years. Why is she ragging on me, you know? It's like, get a job, you know, be a cashier at a car wash or something. Get a life, man. You agree with me? All right. I mean, really, the whole woman, and I'm going to hear about her from this, but the whole woman's existence is Jim Baker and Sam Kinison, Jim Baker and Sam Kinison. Like, look, you put the guy in prison, and, you know, I put you in my video, leave me alone and go away, get a job. They put Tracy Lords in B films. Call Roger Corman up and say, can you put me in a movie, you know? Get in a bad movie or something. Just get away from me and leave me alone.
Let me ask you, what wouldn't you make jokes? People ask me this all the time, and I always have to think about it, because I think humor can cover everything.
Yeah.
Is there any subject that you say, oh, I'm not going to talk about, or any person you say I'm not going to talk about?
That's interesting. Well, there's a couple things that I found that it's kind of hard to approach comedically. One of them is abortions.
Yeah.
There's not really a way to find a joke on that. Or suicide. You know, it's kind of a thing that is just, you know, it's kind of hard to find a joke that, yeah, these 2 guys killed themselves.
Yeah.
And over an abortion, you know, it's like, well, you know. Yeah, but I don't really approach comedy that way. I just kind of, if I find something that's funny, then I go for it, and I try to make a joke out of it. And I did one that was pretty out there, man. It was on my last album. It was about what happens to certain bodies after they're dead, and it was actually a true story that somebody told me. I'm gonna say it on the air, but by the album.
And the album is called what?
It's not Grammy nominated, by the way, and
it is.
Yeah,
it
so I hope that I win. I want to be Grammy Sammy.
Oh,
but
it's great.
It's called Have You Seen Me Lately? But that's the old one.
What's the new one called?
The new one's called Leader of the Band with 2 N's.
Leader of the Band.
B-A-N-N-E-D.
Well, I think you're wonderful. I hope you're around for years and years and years.
Well, thank you, Joan. I plan to be.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
When we return, we will discover that Las Vegas is more than just a nice place to visit.